Okay, so recapitulation. If you're jumping around in this class, I want you to go back to the meditation stuff. And I really want you to practice meditation to the point where you are good at focusing on your breathing and maintaining your focus, because recapitulation requires almost the ability to, the ability to visualize and to hold your attention on something. No one's perfect when it comes to holding their attention on something for like longer than 2 minutes. We have arguably the attention span of goldfish, for lack of a better term, even though goldfish don't have the stereotypical or misnomer attention span of like 3 to 5 seconds. I'm getting off topic, but the idea is that I want you to be able to focus on something and then catch yourself and bring it back. That has to be a habit. So, recapitulation involves going into any past event, your memory of any past event, and sapping it of its negative connotations, of its negative emotional connotations, and of its negative energy. Basically, think of it this way. Think of a movie. Maybe this won't work for all of you, but I could definitely think of a movie myself. Think of a movie that made you feel uncomfortable or it scared you. Maybe you have that like a horror movie or something you can't watch because it's too gruesome or something like that. Or some movie that might have messed you up as a kid. For me, it's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer with the claymation movie because he's the abominable snowman. Freaked the hell out of me. Don't ask me why. Whatever. The point is, it scared me. Still can't watch that movie. I don't know, because it's way deep in the subconscious of how like creeped out I was as a little kid about how scary the Bumble was, right? Recapitulation allows us to look at something and feel nothing. So we don't emotionally react. This is going to build up our muscles when it comes to being able to react to not react to something and be Teflon. Now, when we are less reactive, then we are more able to be conscious and think about the different things that we do. So rather than reacting to something that somebody said, or when somebody cuts us off on the road, or you have an angry person at the grocery store in line in front of you and you just want to say something so you can get through the line, so you can get out of there, so you can go on with your day. Or, your boss says something to you, or a coworker says something to you. You are Teflon, right? That's what we're trying to build here. So with recapitulation, you could even write this down as a list in your journal of different things you want to recapitulate. Write down a list of anything that you can think of. Think of like the earliest memory that hurt you or scared you. Okay? Write it down. Write a description if you have to. Write a little story about it so you can really flesh it out in your mind and bring it back up. And then you can sit in meditation, you focus on your breathing, and then once you feel relaxed and you're able to clear out that mental clutter and whatnot, then what you can do is step back into that memory. Act like you are a third person in that scene. You are seeing yourself go through that event. That's one option. Or you can see it from your own point of view. Some people, like for me, I'm really good at seeing a memory as if I had a camera and I was off to the side. Whereas other people might be better at seeing a memory through your own eyes because you lived it. Act like that memory is playing like a movie. You can start it, you can stop it, you can rewind it, you could fast forward, but don't. You got to go through the whole thing and replay it in your mind. Be an observer. Just what's happening here. Think of the five senses kind of stuff. None of your emotions, not how you felt, whatnot. What you can do is just focus on the scenery and what's happening. And when you feel an emotion come up, I want you to breathe in and take all of that emotional energy, whether it's fear, anger, anxiety, whatnot, breathe it in until you sucked it all up. It's almost like you can picture the scene being drained of color as you're bringing that energy out of it by inhaling. So you can take a big long inhale when you're in your meditation, you're going through that, and the second you feel anxiety or whatever that feeling is, and you're containing that, and then turn and blow it out. So you're taking the scenery, you're taking the emotion out of it, and you're casting it away, okay? Then hit play again. Keep going. The next time you have an emotional reaction or something in it, breathe in, blow it out. Keep going through the whole thing. And you might have to rewind and go to the start and play the memory again. Breathe in that negativity and blow it out. And do it again and again and again until you can watch that entire scene without any reaction. So you might have to revisit this multiple times so you can just watch something that happened without reacting to it, because you can take that energy and get rid of it. You're taking that negative stuff and you're dumping it in the mental trash, and then, or the mental recycle bin in your computer, and then empty recycle bin and it's gone, right? Now, this kind of thing can then be applied to everyday life. I've learned through working with myself that a lot of times when I start to feel anxiety, I can then take a big breath and blow it out. And that's really taking the energy out of the situation and even out of myself and casting it away. And it allows me to be more centered and more focused with the present moment. Any of these different things that we're doing, yes, we're unpacking our past and we're cleaning out our closets and stuff like that. But then we can also have to kind of figure out, how do I apply this to now? Because as good as it is to go in the past and fix stuff, that's part of it. But we need to think about what we can do in the present so that these moments that we're going to have tomorrow, that we're going to have in a couple hours, what have you, don't become something that we have to then go back and recapitulate later. So we want to look at our past as something that we can cleanse, clean, and clear through recapitulation, and aim that our future doesn't have any more moments that we have to go back and cleanse, clean, and recapitulate. So once again, go into a memory that you have called up. Maybe you've written it down. Make a whole list of these different memories you can think of, and keep that list handy in your shadow work journal about different stuff that you want to go back and fix. You're not going to write every single thing down on the first day and be like, yep, this is everything. You might come up with something later when you're at work and you're like, oh, I gotta put that on a little note on my phone. I can add it to the recapitulation journal at home later, and then I definitely want to explore that. And then you go in there and you play it like a movie, and you sap the negative energy out of it, and you blow it away. So this kind of thing allows you to remove the negative energy from any situation and allows you to be metacognitive, which means thinking above thinking, where we're able to observe things clearly and not react. And this is going to benefit us in the present and in the future, because the less we react, the more we can think and act the way we want to act.